Hi everyone, and welcome to our blab. I'm here to interview Kenz. She's someone I look up to for quite a long time because she has created a really great business from scratch in a pretty short period of time. I will let her introduce herself to you.
Thank you very much for the sweet words and introduction, Sunita. My name is Kenz Soliman, and I have been working online locally in my country, Egypt, for the past 4.5 years. I started out by offering social media management services, and then I was so good at what I do that people wanted to learn from me. So I moved on from providing services to teaching what I did for a living. Then by December 2015, which is not too long ago, I decided that I wanted to take all of my knowledge more globally. So I created some courses and added them to Udemy. And now I have 27 courses on Udemy with over 9,500 students. I'm so thankful that this happened.
Well, this is pretty amazing because the period is very short. So, is it something you can recommend to other women to do to
Yes,
actually?
yes, totally. Actually, after doing some research in Facebook groups for entrepreneurs, especially female entrepreneurs, I kept seeing that there are people who are actually missing out on Udemy. You can use it not only for profit, but to increase your brand awareness and your visibility online. You will get known by people in your field and they will see you. Udemy will actually promote your courses to their students, and they have a large base of students. They have over 11 million students. So, and they run a lot of courses actually in multiple fields. So, no matter what your field is, you can actually get started with Udemy and get introduced to the world. So, I kept telling myself, why are they missing out on this? Don't they just know that there are better ways, easier ways, especially for those who are found frustrated and feeling stuck? They're not getting enough visibility, they are not getting enough profits, they're not getting a huge following or an engaged following. So for me, yes, I highly recommend checking out Udemy for starters.
Okay, that's the things that you said. Those are side benefits of having a business in teaching. But I think people can create a full-time income with Udemy and similar sites like Skillshare that
Yeah.
you also mentioned.
Yes, exactly. I'm full time right now. It's been a few
So,
months now, and it's my main income comes from my Udemy courses. And lately, almost 10 days ago, I started on Skillshare. I have only one class there, but I'm preparing for more. So yes,
and
you can
another thing,
time on Udemy.
that's great. That's great.
Thank
Another
you.
thing that fascinates me is how many women from non-English speaking countries are holding themselves back because they think that's not market for them. And both you and I are coming from countries that are, predominantly not English speaking, and still it's possible to create. I really want to encourage women to start something like this.
Exactly. You don't have to be like professionally speaking English. You don't have to be fluent. As long as you can deliver your message to the person who are you trying to explain to, everything's fine. There's nothing to be afraid of. You see, I just said nothing instead of nothing. That's exactly my point.
Well, still, your courses are pretty clear, very. They have a great message. They are not too long. They are to the point, and I think that's generally a trend happening right now to actually deliver bite-sized courses. Is that what you teach?
Yes, exactly. Because I'm a mom and I'm an entrepreneur. I want to learn something, but I want to learn something quick. I don't have 17 hours to waste on a course. Don't get me wrong, it's not wasting time. You will be learning something, but why learn something in 17 or 20 hours when you can learn the same core information in less time? So when I started creating the courses, I kept in mind that there will be other moms out there who are actually watching these courses. Some of them will actually have a 9 to 5 job where they have to be all day out. So when they come home, they're tired, they're exhausted, they want to rest, and then they want to work on a business too. So they're tight on time. And time is the most valuable thing an entrepreneur has. So this resource is very, very expensive for us, better than anything else. So I wanted to find a way to deliver information in a short and to the point way, and give my students actually a value while I'm doing this. So I took a leap of faith and created the first course. And actually, I have my own pattern I created on Udemy. I get softwares and tools that I used for myself in marketing before. And I bought multiple resale rights to those tools. And I started giving each of my students a free membership in that same tool with the course. So by the end of the course, they will have the information, the knowledge, the tool to get started, and a plan to get started. So once they finish, they're actually ready to take action right away.
That's great strategy. Great idea.
Thank you.
Well, you said this is something that I'm really interested in. You said you're creating your business around, you have a child, so you have to create your business around the family. How do you balance business and family life? What does your day look like?
Well, let me
When do
say
you
one
work?
word. Crazy. My day from start to finish is simply crazy. So here's the thing. I use some systems, but without the support of my husband, oh my God, this business would have never gone anywhere. So having a baby, I try to find the time to record my courses while my son either asleep or playing and so busy with his tools and toys and stuff, so that he would not make any noises that can affect my recordings. Because I don't actually script when I'm recording. I simply write down the main points and then start talking as I'm talking to a bestie or something. And this is how I explain everything, because it makes it easier for me. I don't have to overcomplicate things. So I have some systems, some printables for house chores, for taking care of my son, some schedules for upcoming courses, but they change all the time. Nothing is permanent. So for example, if I have a very quiet week, and then I have another crazy week, 4 hours sleep week. So yes, sometimes it is balanced, but some other times I really, I shut everything off and go to sleep.
How did you implement some additional support systems, like, I don't know, a babysitter or a coach or any kind of support for yourself?
Well, for the house and taking care of the family, I'm from a country where a woman, when she asks for a babysitter or a housekeeper, is 100% spoiled. This is a luxury for us. I'm not too proud to say that, but in my society, a woman should not ask for a babysitter no matter what. A woman should be very strong and responsible for her own house chores and for her own family, because after all, family does come first. So I really don't like that, but I learned how to keep up with it. And it's good because it builds you, makes you like you're built for hard labor, You can do many stuff. So if I can take care of a house and a baby and a husband, then I can take on a business and 2 and 3. So it teaches you
are
something.
very focused with your time. That's productivity hack that you have to implement, right?
Yeah, but I do some tricks. So for example, if I'm cooking and I'm busy in the kitchen and watching my kid play, I listen to an audiobook or try to watch a course on Udemy while I'm cooking. So I'm using the time. I try to find those gaps where I can do something beneficial and something that will help me in my business, even when I'm working around the house or taking care of my son.
Well, another thing I wanted to ask you is, when you look back how you started, is there anything that was, a game changer, like something that helped you create such a massive difference in your business? Was it some mindset? Was it just being open to change or whatever? I don't know. What helped you? What changed your course?
Let me start by I took away one of my worst things that I've ever done before. I wanted to please everyone. And everyone needs to realize that you never, ever could please anyone. You're not for everyone. Whatever you are offering, a service or a product, it's not for everyone. There are specific people that you want to serve and help. And those specific people are the only people who will actually appreciate what you have to offer. So I learned my lesson when I was providing services for social media management, for example. Some of my clients were very happy with the results they're getting, and I was so happy with that. I was making a massive success locally. And then some other clients kept blaming me as a marketer for no sales or low sales. It's not the entire mission of the marketer is to get you sales. They get you noticed, they get you higher engagement, and yes, they help you with sales, but not entirely. It's not their mission. The product itself might be, I don't know, defected somehow or highly priced or anything else. So I felt so sad and so upset about one or two comments that I got from clients. So I stopped focusing on the good and I started focusing on the bad. This is the worst thing that I did. Once I stopped doing that and I started believing that there are people out there who actually will love what I have to offer and will really appreciate it, I started looking for those people and telling those people that they are a perfect fit for what I have to offer. Then everything started changing. This was the first part, the mindset. Then at the beginning of 2016, I set some goals that I want to change the way I live. I want to do something that makes me more known and noticeable. And I want to keep changing people's lives every day. So I checked out the places to offer courses and I found Udemy. I actually started on Udemy. I offered private courses in Arabic at the beginning in August 2015. And then I said, so you can speak English somehow. Maybe you're not perfect, but you can deliver a message. Try taking that leap of faith and tell people your information and your experience and your knowledge and see what their feedback will be like. Yes, I was afraid that, the geniuses are out there and you want to go speak their language and tell them your information. You think that you really are going to make a difference. That inner critic inside you, that other lady that lives inside your mind kept telling you every negative thought you could ever think of. You need to silence her. So I decided to take a leap of faith and I told myself exactly the following. I'm going to make the first course. I'm going to offer it for the first 1,000 people for free, and I will wait for feedback. If I receive good feedback, I'm going to go with this. If I receive bad feedback or not the feedback that I'm looking for, I'm going to back up, learn more, and then go again. I didn't think of quitting. So the number one key is to never, ever think of quitting. Whatever you're doing right now and struggling with right now, it will be helpful in the future. It will pay off later. And this is exactly what's happening. If you told me a year ago, just like today when I started on Udemy, that this day I'm going to be with you, beautiful lady, online and being interviewed about my success, I could have never believed it. I wasn't the same person that I am right now. I'm very thankful for that.
Maybe a tiny number short of 10,000 students now on Udemy. Yes,
yeah, it's
crazy. That's so beautiful. And
yeah, and I couldn't imagine it, I really couldn't imagine it when I started. Before 2016 actually started, I wanted to have only 2,000 students. And when I was writing down my goals for 2016, I wanted to reach 10,000 by December. So I achieved that goal early, and I am so happy, really. And my happiness made me want to help more people do the same. Like, if I can do it, a girl from halfway around the world who doesn't know that much of great English and a mom with a kid and a busy house and no housekeeper, no babysitter, then anyone else can do it.
Your courses are so pretty. They are very nicely designed, very simple, but pretty feminine, I'd say. Did you perhaps check into statistics? Who are your students? Are they predominantly women or are they men as well? Or it doesn't matter?
Actually, no. When I created courses on Udemy, they were universal. They were for everyone. The feminine type of courses, I added them to my website later because I made my website over feminine. I confess. But my students are entrepreneurs who want to create passive income online, either from affiliate marketing or social media management, offering by offering services or using social media to offer courses and coaching services and VA services. Exactly, my ideal student is an entrepreneur from scratch
Well,
and get it
I
to
mostly
success
work with women
fast.
who are only starting their online business. What would you be your advice to them? You know, they struggle with so many things. Most of them, I mean, procrastination, fears, feeling inadequate or not good enough, and uh, what would be your best advice for them to start?
Yeah. First of all, beauty tip: believe in yourself. Every single woman on earth, this is something that I personally believe in. Every single one of us was created uniquely. You have something special about you that no one else does or have. So if you're starting a business and feeling that you're struggling, you think that you're not good enough, or you're not an expert enough, or don't know a lot of tech stuff, that doesn't stop you from going on. You just need to silence that fear and that inner critic a little bit and take a leap of faith. Seriously, what do you have to lose? If you put in a few hours, like if you're doing this for fun, start by doing it just for fun. Convince yourself that you're doing this for fun, and then see the feedback from people. And based on that feedback, start building your brand and your business. When you get the feedback from people who don't know you, don't know anything about you, they're not going to compliment you. They will be 100% clear in their feedback, whether positive or negative. So when you get the feedback from people for the first time, you then know what your target audience actually needs. And then I will tell you something. It's really, really funny, but please don't laugh. There is an animation movie that I once watched before starting my
How is
business.
that?
It's called Robots. I don't know if you watched it or not. So it was a little robot who wanted to,
I,
it
I
was about
think,
a little robot
yeah,
from a very poor robot city who wanted to be an inventor. And he had high ambitions, and everyone else kept telling him, no, you can't, you can't. Then he learned one sentence that took him to the other level of life. It was see a need, fill a need. So when you offer your product or service and you get feedback from people, you will know what exactly they need, and then you can
exactly.
fill that need with your product or service perfectly. So
Great
that movie
idea.
and that
To put
sentence,
it on the
I was
wall
inspired by
in
it a
writing.
lot. Yeah, actually, I have a lot of sayings. I had them on the wall first, but then they started accumulating somehow. So I have a little notebook with affirmations that I can look at and write down each and every day. And in the morning, before even going through any of my work, I have a Pinterest board that I've created. It's a secret board with affirmations and with things that I want to do in my life before I die, places I want to visit, things that I want to buy, a serious
That's your
lifestyle
vision
that I want to be
board,
living. And I keep looking at that every single
digital.
morning. You know, it, yes, exactly. It's your soul on fire. When you imagine yourself doing all that, you get the power even if you're so maybe you didn't sleep well, or you feel frustrated, or you think, oh, I'm not going to do any more work, that's not paying off somehow. No, when you look at things like that and imagine yourself living the life that you actually deserve, your soul gets lighted. I don't know, I feel like,
Oh, so beautiful.
wow, I really need to get started, I have to work right now. This is exactly what I
Well,
do.
I follow you in your group. What
Thank
are
you
you
so
working on
much.
now?
Well, currently I'm working on a membership site for female entrepreneurs, exclusively female entrepreneurs, no males allowed. And it will be one of a kind because I am going to have this website be the place where every female entrepreneur suffering from not having enough money to hire a VA, or not having enough time to actually train the VA to do something, to have robot VAs. I will dedicate all of the tools that I have and use in my business and I have resale rights for. I will dedicate it to the members of this website. And each tool will be delivered to the members with explanation on how to use it and how the best way to utilize it in your business, no matter what your business is. And of course, it's going to have also a Facebook group, a private Facebook group for discussions. And I'm going to have office hours in there to answer questions and to help as much as I can. And it will also have an exclusive course that I'm working on right now
What's
on
the
creating
group
and
name?
marketing courses for passive income.
Okay, so this group is called
it's passive
Women
income
and
for
Men,
entrepreneurs.
right?
Right
Okay.
now, it's for women and men. But after the membership site is done,
Yes.
there will be another private group for only the members of the membership site. So this is more like the public group for the entire idea and discussions. And then there will
so
be
people
another
can-
secret group for only the
Yeah.
people who will join the membership.
On
It's going live on
September. And so people can find you on Facebook in your
September.
group and on Udemy under your name, right?
Yes. They can visit my website at justabossgirl.com and on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Just a Boss Girl.
All the websites.
I mean, she's really so helpful that
girl.
anyone who's watching this has to find her helpful and useful. Jump on it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think
Sunita.
I am pretty inspired to start my own course, and I think I'll be following your tips furthermore because you make it sound quite easy, and
I'd love to help,
just
by the
make
way.
me stop coming up with excuses and just excuses. I have plenty of those, and now I really want to start creating something. So I think you're a great inspiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to hear these by you.
That's it for
Thank
now.
You very much.
I thank you so much for this interview. I think everyone has learned something. And who knows, maybe we'll create another interview quite soon. Thank you. See you.
I'd love to.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Sunita. See you. Bye. Bye-bye.